Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ethics, Philosophy 120. In this class, we study morality or questions of how shall we live. I'm not going to be able to answer all of those questions for you. We're just going to evaluate a number of philosophers who have put forward theories. We're going to learn a lot of vocabulary about those theories, and we're going to think about what certain ethical dilemmas present, problems in the world that you'll be faced with in your life or you have been faced with. And we'll think about, with all of this terminology and these theories, how would someone make a decision about these ethical theories? I'm Cassandra Evans, and I want to tell you that I'm here to help you. I can't tell you how to live, but we're going to look at certain ways that philosophers have talked about how we shall live. In this image here to the left, you see a number of Chinese scholars, all in robes, sitting on a hill. They're listening to someone talking. This is probably Confucius or Lao Tzu, who's speaking to people who are following him. He's talking about how we shall live. In many of the things that we read, many philosophers from ancient times didn't write things down, but held court, if you will, or spoke to people verbally and passed down these sort of recommendations for how we shall live. So some things you will read are second source. In other words, they're not written by the person who put forth the theory, but some of their disciples or their students, their pupils. Let me tell you about the mechanics of the course and we'll get started. So again, just as a reminder, we're learning a lot of theories. You're not going to leave this class at the end of this semester knowing always what the right and wrong thing to do is. You're going to learn based on this theory, that theory, how someone might justify their decision for what's the right way to act or the wrong way to act. So we're just looking at theories. We're not here to debate. We're here to examine how people throughout the beginning of time, since our human species was verbal and making decisions and thinking about decisions, how people might suggest that we behave. Start in this course by remembering, well, one, it's a short course. It's an 8-week course, so it goes twice as fast. But start by reading your syllabus. Really, you should do that in any class. Introduce yourself on Padlet. Read and view my introductory video. Padlet, I want you to know, is a platform that's outside of Canvas. I'm giving you a link and you will log into your My SWC and that's how you get there, but it is not a Canvas link. So once you log into My SWC, you can put your name on there so that you can see your name. I can grade you, but this doesn't go directly into your Canvas grade book. This is a sort of warm-up exercise for you to introduce yourself and start thinking about ethical issues. We'll do that first, after you read your syllabus. I want to remind you, I say this a number of times in your syllabus, but this is an 8-week course. That means it goes twice as fast in half the time. Okay, we start in April, we end in May. You do 2 modules per week, except the very last week you're doing a final. But you have 2 responses. So those are reading responses or responses in making comments and summarizing the material that I gave you, whether that's a video, some reading, usually a combination of both. And then you'll answer our student classmates both by Thursdays and Sundays. You can certainly work ahead. Unless it's a midterm or a final or a group project, you can always work ahead. But you need to remember that if you turn things in late, the the system closes Thursday nights and Sundays for each new module. Okay, in some modules, I have you record a video or a voice thread, meaning you will make a recording like I am right now, or you'll make just an audio recording. I will drop you from the roster. I will drop you if you're not doing work, especially after the first module, because we have a very large wait list of people trying to get a spot. So if you're not participating, I'm assuming you don't want the class. At the end of the semester, I always eliminate your one lowest discussion grade from the overall score. So if you didn't do well or you forgot one, that comes right off the top. Make a note in however you keep a calendar, whether it's an old-time written one or your phone. Right now, make a note of when your midterm is due, when your group project week is, and the date of the final. See me in student hours for pressing issues or regular help. So I don't give extensions for just an email. Like if you email and say, I'm sick, I can't do my work. No, COVID is over, so you need to see me in student hours. It needs to be serious if you are trying to get an extension. Other than that, I'm very approachable. I do expect you to be on top of your deadlines, especially since you signed up for a short-term class. That's just the nature of the course. If you can't keep up, take it next semester or maybe over the summer. But honestly, you can come see me in student hours just talking through material, or you want to start thinking ahead for a group project, or you want to know more about other areas of philosophy, feel free to see me. I'm here to help you, okay? This is what it looks like when you visit me on student hours if I'm not there. So you'll click on the Canvas, in our Canvas site, click on Zoom, I will be there. If I'm not there, I went to get tea or I'm feeding my dog. Just yell for me and I'll come right away. I look forward to going through these modules with you, learning more, talking more about ethics and ethical dilemmas. I hope you have fun. Thanks for being here.